ABC. This is Old Metal Rocker 65 here. Weekly six pack. Yes, it is back. I took a little time off to kind of slow down a little bit. Been working a little bit. And, you know, so I've been kind of doing some things that I wasn't doing this past winter. In fact, today is the first day of spring, so that's a plus. And yeah, so the weekly six pack is back. It's gonna be all thrash and all killer thrash. All these are, even the new stuff I'm going to show you, are thrasher pieces. Thrasher pieces, yes. And we're going to start off first. I usually like to go alphabetical order when I do the six pack here. And the first one, I just recently picked this. No, I take that back. I've had this for a little while. And it's the fifth album from these guys. And this came out in 2015, so it's 10 years old. And Angelus Apatrida and Hidden Evolution. Wow. This thing is so good. 180 gram vinyl, so it's heavy duty. You also get the CD as well when you get this. But yeah, these guys are fantastic. I think these guys are out of Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Spain. They're out of Spain. Been around since about 2001, 2000, right in that area. They put out quite a few albums. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full lengths. Their last one being Aftermath from 2023. So I would say we're about due for some new Angelus Apatrida. But yeah, number one here in the weekly six pack, thrash. And then I just got this. I was over on one of the Facebook music pages. I think it was Thrashing Like a Maniac. And they had showed this album. And immediately I had to go look for it. I did find it. And it is put out by Music on Vinyl, but this is the Best of Annihilator double album set from the first three albums. Of course, you got what is it? Alice in Hell, Never Neverland, and trying to think of the other one. Just doesn't come to my tongue. But anyway, Set the World on Fire. Alice in Hell, Never Neverland, and Set the World on Fire. So got one of the early Coburn Farr, I think, who just recently passed away. Or no, who was it? Yeah, I believe it was. And of course Randy Ravitch, we lost him too. But yeah, this thing sounds absolutely killer. You know, of course Annihilator, they've been around since late 80s, early 90s, you know, to the forward. And continue to put out great music. But yeah, if you find this was actually a decent price. So there's like 1,500 of these, but you got to go quick. I think I got, let's see, what number do I have? I have number 1041, and I bought this about 2 weeks ago. So any indication, they're going pretty quick. This was just released this year in 2025 by Music on Vinyl, so they're going rather quickly. So I would jump on these. Up next, band out of Arizona. I know this was on a lot of 2024 year-end lists. I didn't get it until a couple of weeks ago. I'd gotten some tax money back, and I wanted to buy a bunch of music for a while. you know, to play, and I'm still waiting on a bunch. But I picked this up because I've heard, and I mean, I've seen tons of people showing this, so I picked up the new Atrophy Asylum. Man, this thing rips. I really love this album. I mean, I do have some other Atrophy as well, but man. And I've been in a thrash mood for about a couple weeks again. I go through them serious thrash moods, you know. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same, where it's just nothing but thrash. And I've also been going through a kind of a female fronted heavy metal, not the symphonic type, more of the traditional female heavy metal singers, you know, Savage Master, Sanhedrin, Tower, bands like Christian Mistress, bands like that, you know, they all sing more than traditional heavy metal, which I love. But yeah, this thing is really killer. And these guys have been around since about 87. You know, haven't put a lot of stuff out, but they have, this is their third full length. I do have Violent by Nature. I need to get Socialized Hate though. But yeah, this is really killer. So that's number 3. And up next, band out of Greece. I haven't heard this in a while, and man, I'm glad I went back playing or listening to this the other day. But this thing is killer. Biocancer, ear-piercing thrash. Man, God, I love the cover. This came out in 2013, so, but as far as I know, these guys, yes, they are still around. They put out an album in, what was it? Let's see, 2023 was their last one. It was called Revengeance. But this is kind of a more thrash, maybe a little, not really a crossover, but more thrash than anything. Of course, they sing about cancer, violence, you know, shit like that. But yeah, good stuff here. It's not an Ed Repka cover though. And I'm trying to read it, and it's just too light down there to read. At my age, I get real small letters are hard to read nowadays. So anyway, number 4, Atrophy. A couple brand new releases, and this thing is really good. I mean, this year, in my opinion, we're going to be coming up on April here in about 10 days, and what I'm seeing and hearing and listening to, and as well as other members of the VC, are a lot of thrash. There's a lot of killer new thrash coming out from old bands. This is one of them. There's a lot of female-fronted traditional heavy metal bands putting out new stuff as well. And I mean, to me, that's the 2 big genres right now, I think, in my opinion, that I'm seeing predominantly more of. I'm sure there's other stuff out there, you know, there always is, but this is predominantly, I guess, what I prefer anyway. So the new Destruction, Birth of Malice. Man, this is kind of harking back to earlier Destruction, you know, some of the early days, but man, this is good. I've always loved Randy Black's drumming when he was in Primal Fear for a while, and then he left and went to Destruction, and I think he's brought something more. I think he wanted to do more. I think he wanted more of a faster pace, you know. But anyway, this is really good. This is going to be high up on my year-end list, and but yeah, this is really good. Of course, we all know Destruction. And kind of the albums I'm referring to are more like the Crack Brain and Release from Agony. Maybe has a little bit of that vibe in it, maybe, you know. but good stuff. And this next one is what's playing in the background, and this thing, it's the first album from these guys since 2020, so it's been 5 years since their last release up until now, and I'm talking about Warbringer and Wrath and Ruin. Man, this thing rips. I mean, it's a thrash album, but to me it has some black metal vocal tendencies in this. You can hear it on 3 or 4 tracks. This one here, I'm trying to think of what track this one is, but I think it is the Necromancer. Has more of a black metal vibe vocally on this, you know, and it's through the album. I love it, but I mean, I love black and thrash too, but this is killer. And that was number 6 in the weekly 6-pack. So yeah, I'm glad. Of course, wearing the Warbringer shirt. I do have all the Warbringers. Was ever wondering if they were ever going to come out with something new, but yeah, this thing is going to be high on my list. Like I say, right now it's a year of thrash and traditional heavy metal for women, and it's just killer stuff. But yeah, and I got a bonus again, because I was over at Amazon here last week, and I was looking to spend a little bit of money, and I came across, you know, your algorithm is down there, and you know what you like and stuff when you go into Amazon, you know, on your own page and stuff. And this showed up, and I couldn't believe the price. This was like almost 40% off the original price, and this one was released in 2024. Another killer thrash album from Suicidal Angels and Profane Prayer. This thing is a ripper. I mean, this thing, of all the albums I showed you, I definitely like this over those other I've showed you just slightly. I mean, it isn't by much, but man, this thing, and if you go over to Amazon right now, at least this morning, which is, what is it, March 20th, they had 2 copies of this going for a little over 18 bucks. Well worth it. It's a gatefold, red vinyl, killer thrash. Guys are out of Greece. I mean, yeah, these guys are really good. And you know, Greece is a hotbed for thrash as well. A lot of thrash bands. And I want to give a shout out to this young Louisiana thrash band that is out on the Shadow Kingdom Records label now. A couple days ago, they just were sending out flyers to everybody who was on their Facebook site, Shadow Kingdom that is, and that the Louisiana band, Lafayette, Louisiana thrash band Void, has an official release coming out where you can buy the vinyl, the CD, and the cassette, as well as shirts for the new album, Horrors of Reality, which is their debut album. They do have a previous release, which was a CD only of that album, and it had been long sold out. You can't find them anymore. I've been looking. So anyway, Shadow Kingdom signed them to the label, and they're coming out with Horrors of Reality, I think April 4th. So if you like young thrash, if you like an early Annihilator, stuff like that, these guys are killer. Twin leads, bass, drum, vocals. I mean, classic 5-piece thrash, I think, that's the ultimate setup. And those guys slay. It has, what is it, 8 10 tracks, I believe. 10 tracks coming out on vinyl. Of course, I ordered all 3 variations of the format. You know, I ordered the vinyl, the CD, and the cassette. If a band grabs me like these guys do, I buy all their stuff. Last band to do that was Haunt, and anyway, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, check them out. Void. Go over to their Facebook page. Void Louisiana Thrash. Check them out. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for the 6-pack. Good to be back. See you later.